2 years ago, I was still working a day job. I was an elevator mechanic, and I was still building elevators and escalators, and coming out to do shows, and I was up for 17, 18 hours a day. I grew up in hockey dressing rooms, and then that just moved into elevator hoistways, and I've just transferred it all on stage. Now I sleep like a baby.
Thank you, Vancouver. I gotta tell you, it's been a good year for me so far. You guys ever sleep with somebody so much more attractive than you that you have to stop them halfway through just to be like, hey, thanks for doing this. Mommy needed this. It is the second time this year I have been reminded I am not a 10. The first time is when I fell in a bar just like this. You want to know what happens when you're not good looking and you fall in a bar? Nothing. No one gives a shit. I feel like a pretty girl falls in a bar, somebody catches her, that's a story they tell at their wedding. I fell in a bar, that was just the story they reminded me of at my intervention. They're like, your drinking has affected us in the following ways. I feel like the time it takes somebody to get to you directly reflects where you rank on a scale from 1 to 10. Like, as I was tipping over, I couldn't help in my own mind not to be like 10, 9, 8, 7. Now I'm just on a strange barroom floor like, you don't even know me. I have a wicked personality, I love camping. Right? Somebody came over. He saw me fall, and he ran over and our eyes met and my face lifted up. He was like a big burly guy, big beard, blue eyes, just my type, and he rushed over and he reached his arm out to me and he knelt down and he whispered into my ear and he was like, listen, you have to leave. I was like, do you work here? He's like, no, but you're embarrassing yourself. I don't know. I'm 34 years old. I live with my sister. I think that is too old to live with a sibling. Not that I don't like it. I love it. She's like my best friend. We have a blast. But I left my house the other day. My neighbor stopped me in the driveway, and he goes, hey, I know we don't know each other very well, but tell you what, me and my wife would love to have you and your wife over for supper. But I'm a broke comedian, so I was just like, what are we having? I'll make out with my sister for roast beef. You don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm about. I think that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I do. I really do. But I think conventionally attractive people have the leg up. And I think this because my friend is a very attractive person, and we live very different lives. Like, we went on a trip together to New York City, and we got to the hotel, and she said to me very casually, she goes, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, my phone's on the fritz, and my debit card's not working. That means she's so attractive that she left a country with no phone, no money, and no worries. I wouldn't go to Surrey with less than $500, my Costco membership, and some sort of roadside assistance guarantee. What if we break down? No one's stopping for me. They'll think I'm the mechanic. That's what'll happen. You guys, I am actually a mechanic. That's what... I was an elevator mechanic. I built elevators and escalators for 12 years. And thank you very much. I was actually the first female elevator mechanic in all of Alberta. And I loved it. Thank you. It was hard at first. I just want to fit in. I just want to be one of the boys. And it took a while. I had to get to know the guys, build a relationship, build some trust. And that took some time. But the first time I felt like I was one of the boys was when they put me in the construction group chat on Facebook. Here's a hot tip, regardless of your gender. Don't join a construction group chat on Facebook. It's disgusting. The first picture I got, because it was a picture, was of a girl about my shape and size. Same hair color, same eye color, one small difference. She wasn't wearing any clothes. She was flipped upside down. There was a banana inside of her. Hold on, before you get mad, the caption said, "It's Friday, bitch. Let's go bananas." That's pretty hard to get mad at. I didn't get mad. I did the exact opposite. I laughed hysterically, and then I screenshot it and sent it to all my friends to ruin their days. Because if you get that picture on a construction site, no one cares, you know? You get that picture in a law office, you don't have a job anymore. That's what happens. What I didn't realize, and this is my own ignorance, my own fault, is that when you screen grab an image or screenshot an image, it saves it in your phone in a folder called screenshot images. I just moved on with my life. 3 months passed. My parents invited me over for brunch one Sunday afternoon. My dad answered the door. He goes, "Hey," sees I'm holding my phone in my hand. He goes, "Ooh, what do you got there?" I go, "This is the new Samsung." My dad's a bit of a tech guy. He goes, "Ooh, new Samsung." I'm more of an iPhone guy. "What do you like most about the new Samsung?" And then I said, "Picture quality." And he said, "Can I see?" And I said, "I can't fathom why not." Because if I'm being honest with you, my picture catalog on a good day contains pictures of my dog and then pictures of my dog in a cape. No one cares. So I hand him the phone, you know, and he starts scrolling through the phone, and he was like, "Dog, dog, dog, dog in a cape, bitch with a banana inside of her, dog, dog, dog." And I'm not saying if this girl was standing right here, right now, that we would look anything alike. But I think if you took all my clothes off, flipped me upside down, shoved a banana inside of me, I'm not sure you'd be able to tell the difference either. And I knew he saw the picture. And I knew he thought it was me. Because I felt him fail as a father next to me. And I go, Dad, that's not me. And my dad's never yelled or swore at me in my entire life. And he said, "Brittany, I didn't friggin' see anything." I said, "That's not me." He said, "I don't know if that's any better." I said, "I need you to go back and look at her face." And I watched a broken man on a Sunday afternoon say, "I don't want to." But I hand him the phone, you know. And he scrolled back through the pictures, and he zoomed in on her face. And he looked at my face, you know. And he looked at hers. And he smiled. And he said, "It's Friday, bitch. Let's go bananas." You guys have been a lot of fun. My name is Brittany Lyseng. Thank you so much for having me.
What a great crowd, hot crowd. I am, without trying, just such a bro. So it's, I don't have a hard time getting along with men. I typically feel pretty comfortable, yeah. I feel like I get the male audience on my side a little bit more with that. Like, you know, it feels like a little bit more of a bonding moment, like, oh yeah, she can hang, this girl can hang.